We back. Now we doing the Phoenix Mercury. The Phoenix Mercury got Satu Sabali in a trade, sign and trade. They got Alyssa Thomas from Connecticut in a sign and trade. They got Kalia Copper. They got Kalani Brown from Dallas in a trade. Sammy Wickham in free agency. And they got a whole bunch of people on the bench on training camp contracts. Natasha Max, Celeste Taylor. At this point, they got a starting lineup, and they gave them. At this point, I'll just say you gotta get Diana Taurasi, put on a farewell tour, put some buckets in the seats. Put some people in the seats to see Diana Taurasi get her last buckets. You might as well go out of free agency and knock on Ariel Powers' door. You was making 155, we'll give you 150 out of the they almost got 500,000 in cap space left still. They don't have no draft picks, so hey, Ariel Powers, you want to still play? We got 150 for you. Kennedy Carter, you was making 76,000 over there in Chicago. We'll give you 80 because you're going to need some scoring off the bench. And who going to be your point guard? Sammy Wickham. So your starting lineup, what you going to have? Diana Taurasi, Kalia Copper, Satu Sabali at the 3, Alyssa Thomas at the 4, Kalani Brown at the 5. DT ain't got to worry about shooting. She can facilitate and she can save her breath, and you can have somebody come off the bench like Kennedy Carter and give you some buckets while everybody resting. Ariel Powers good for a little midi. She be trying to shoot all the time now. Shoot, let them have the bench. We're going to move on to the Connecticut Sun. They got a C in the grade, but me, I'll give them an F. They got bullied all through free agency. I ain't never seen a team lose a whole starting 5. Everybody got up out of there. And poor Marina Mayberry, she got traded to Connecticut right before the playoffs, thinking she was going to chase a ring with a team like she was the missing piece. And everybody got up out of there. Everybody got up out of there, man. And she wanted to get out of there too, but hey, Morgan Tuck said, I had enough. You the only key piece I got left. I'm going to let everybody else go. I can't let the whole team go. We just got you. So, hey, you stuck for right now. So, the Connecticut Sun got Marina Mayberry, Natasha Cloud from trade. They signed Tina Charles, free agent. Diamond DeShields, they gave her $115,000. Diamond DeShields is not the same player that she used to be. Hopefully this could be a turnaround season for her. They got Lindsay Allen in trade. They got Yvonne Anderson, Nelson Adota, J.C. Sheldon from Dallas. I guess Layla LeCon going to sign up and play this year, and they got some training day contracts. And they also had a number 8 pick that they picked up in trade, and they got a 3rd rounder. They still have $481,000 left in salary cap, and I'm betting that Emma Nieseman is gonna play for Connecticut. Her coach from the Belgium team is the coach of the Connecticut Sun now, and they got enough cap space to pay her, so it'll be pretty much Emma, Marina, Natasha, Tina Charles, and JC Sheldon. Hey, and you got a little bit of bench. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I predict they're gonna be at the bottom. Hopefully they can put two back-to-back messed up years together and they could get Hannah Hidalgo or Juju or somebody. Or somebody off Connecticut. Who knows? Because everything UConn over there, the UConn players get so much passes. But we're going to keep it going and we're going to talk about the Chicago Sky. The Chicago Sky pretty much didn't do nothing. They traded with Connecticut. They got Rebecca Allen. They got Courtney Vandersloot in free agency. They got Mariah Jefferson. They got Kia Nurse in free agency. They re-signed Michelle Wnba. They have Elizabeth Williams, Rachel Bannum, Camille Cardosa, and Angel Reese. So right now they got $398,000 in cap space, and their grade that they got was a B. I mean, they did pick up a lot of picks. You know what I'm saying? They got the 3rd round pick. They got the 10th pick from Connecticut, which I feel like they got bullied. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That Connecticut just got bullied through here. They got on the 2nd round 4th pick and the 2nd round 10th pick, and they got 5 draft picks in 2026. And 2 of them is first rounders. So Connecticut sitting good. I'm not Connecticut. Chicago is sitting good for the future. They got future to go. They got Camilla and Angel for at least 3 more years before they restrict the free agents. So they rebuilding year A. Players good, you know what I'm saying, trying to settle out. They're going to be a lottery team, so I predict they're going to be at the bottom 4. A B is all right, I guess, for what they had. They pretty much the same, but they got better with draft picks. So we're going to keep this going to the Las Vegas Aces. Now, the Las Vegas Aces, I keep seeing articles and videos and all kind of stuff that they are A team and they championship contenders. I don't think they championship contenders. You replace Kelsey Plum with Jewel Lloyd. Now, Jewel Lloyd was a good role player behind Stewie and everybody at, you know what I'm saying, Seattle. She played a role, but when it was her turn to lead, she wasn't Kobe or LeBron or nobody, you know what I'm saying? She didn't have what it takes to get over the hump. She ain't the same Jewel Lloyd. I feel like she aging, and then Unrivaled, you know what I'm saying? She ain't taking it over or nothing. So they all got Jewel Lloyd, Asia Wilson, and Jewel Lloyd contract is $249,000. Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Kia Stokes. They got Tiffany Mitchell from Connecticut from free agency, Gustafson, Dana Evans. They got Dana Evans, Bell, Queen Egbo, Cheyenne Parker Titus, who came from Atlanta to a training day contract. So she like Tiffany Hayes last year, Elizabeth Kidley. She probably done recover from the injury, so she gon' I guess see some minutes this year. And they have $200,000 left in their salary cap. Like, I feel like they in the same position as they was last year. You know what I'm saying? Jewel Lloyd is not a difference from Kelsey Plum. I mean, you're not adding nothing significant. It's basically the same thing. And you still don't have no bench. You don't have no depth. Who gonna get y'all buckets? Kia Stokes, Gustafson, Tiffany Mitchell. Now Dana Evans could ball, but is she gonna do that every night? Cheyenne Parker Titus. She can get you some rebounds. She can get you some consistent shooting, but I don't see how it's gonna get you over the hump. And your team is so stacked with money. Get you Isabel Harrison for $100 and something. You got the forfeit your first round pick. So you got the second round first pick and the third round pick. You really not gonna get nothing that's gonna give you over the hump. So I suggest you go out there and get Isabel Harrison too. Try to get Aerial Powers. They still out there. Now we're gonna move to the Dallas Wings. Now the Dallas Wings interesting. At this point, they hold the number one pick, and they made some trades. They got Dejanay Carrington from Connecticut. They got Nalissa Smith from Indiana because they felt like she was toxic over there for what they was trying to do in Indiana, and her girlfriend was bullying Caitlin, and they couldn't handle it that was her girl, and she couldn't choose sides. But they got the first overall pick, Dejanay Carrington, Enrique. They still got Tierra McCowan, and they got Ty Harris from the Connecticut Sun. They also signed with Maisha Hines-Allen in free agency. They got Maddie Seager still, Lou Lopez, Kayla Charles, Jordan Holmes, and some more training day contracts. They have $298,000 in cap space left. Now let's have the first overall pick. They also have the 12th overall pick and the second pick in the second round. And they gave them a grade of a B minus. And I tend to agree with that. What can you lose? But we're going to talk about the Dallas Wing in a second, because after I get done talking about these teams, I have a scenario of how I would play the draft if I was all the GMs in the WNBA. Next, we're moving on to the Las Vegas Aces. Not the Aces, my bad, y'all. The Los Angeles Sparks. Now, the Los Angeles Sparks got a grade of an A minus. Now, they gave up the second pick in the draft, and a lot of people mad at that. But that ain't bad. You gave up Kelsey Plum. You know what I'm saying? I still think they won over the Aces. And I think Seattle won over the Aces. Seattle got rid of a player that wasn't blended with their system, and Kelsey Plum got to get a new experience where she could be the star of the team and she could be the number one. And they got Rickea Jackson with Cameron Brink coming back from injury, with De'Erica Hamby. They got a bench, man. Let's talk about it for a second. You got Kelsey Plum playing the one. You can have, matter of fact, they signed Odyssey Sims, Mercedes Russell. They still got Ray Burrell. They got Julie Allman, Emma Cameron Brink, Rickea Jackson, Shanice Swain, and 2 training day contracts. And like I said, they make the trade with Washington and get them 2 picks for Ari. So you have Odyssey at the 1, Kelsey Plum at the 2, Rakia Jackson at the 3, DeAndre Cahamby at the 4, and Cameron Brink at the 5. That's the squad. And Ray Burrell can get buckets off the bench. I don't know about Emma Cameron or Julie, but with your draft picks, you still got the 9th pick in the first round, the 9th pick in the second round with them extra picks. You know what I'm saying? You can have put a little blend of bench together, and whoever make it, make it. You got a training day contract, you better prove it. If you're a rookie, you got to prove it. I think LA Sparks is going to the playoffs, y'all. I think they're going to be a playoff team now. They might not go all the way, but they're going to taste the playoffs, man. We're going to keep it pushing. And we're going to talk about Indiana Fever. Now, a lot of people out here ranting and raving like the Indiana Fever did a good job, and they did what they supposed to. They cored Kelsey Mitchell. They got Natasha Howard, and I see that because that's what she's supposed to do. They got Wnba for that $200K. I felt like they overpaying for Wnba. Wnba is a baller, but she on the down play. I think she should come off the bench, but hey, I'm not running the team. They got Sophie Cunningham, which was a good move. They got Doncic Steele, Sydney Colson, Lexi Hall, Brianna Turner, and free agency, Aaliyah Boston, Christy Wallace, Kaylis Clark, Jaylen Brown, and they got rid of Kaylee Lou Samuelson. So they got a cap room of $31,000, so they can't sign nobody else. All they got is they draft picks, and they got a second round, 7 and 8 picks. So they got 2 picks in the second round. So projected starter lineups: Caitlin, Kelsey, Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, and I guess Wnba at the 3. And you have Sophie Cunningham, Doncic, Lexi Hall, Brianna Turner, Christy Wallace, and Jaylen Brown coming off the bench. I mean, they got better. I think best overall, they could get up to a 3 seed. But I think 3 is a high for them. But they could be a 3, 4, 5, 6. All depends. But I don't think they going to have everything they need to run it all. We going to see. We going to see. And now let's talk about Atlanta Dream. And you know they gave Indiana an A. So you know I didn't have to tell y'all the grade, because you know all them out here caping for Indiana. It's Indiana or nothing. Now they gave the Atlanta Dream a B-. But I think they should get a B+ or A. Now, they signed Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones. That's what Atlanta was lacking. They was getting beat on the inside. They had Nia Coffey and Nas Hillman trying to hold down the 4 and the 5 with Tina Charles, who was on her way out. You know what I'm saying? Tina Charles is a legend. She been doing it like Diane Taurasi, but it's getting time to hang it up. But anyway, they got Brianna Jones and Brittany Griner and free agency, and they also got Shatori Walker-Kimbrough in free agency. I think that was amazing moves because they already had their core players of Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, and they had Jordan Canada, but she didn't come to the end of the season because she was battling injuries. So now, all of them are expanding on rivals, so they getting their game together, and they going to come back strong. They still got Nia Coffey, you still got Ryan Howard, you still got Nas Hillman that's killing it in the Euro Leagues right now, Haley Jones, Holly Winterburn, and Maya Caldwell. And they have $145,000 left in cap space. So I give them an 8, man. I think they're gonna be a surprise team. I thought that could be a 3, 4, 5, 6, and all to see on how everything play out and how the season play out. And now I'm gonna hit y'all with the draft.